What's up, guys? This is Kevin Koenig, aka the Yacht Fella. I'm on board a 170-foot Feadship built in 2003. Her name's Amanti. She's gorgeous inside. Let's check her out. So one thing you're first going to get here is a sense of space. It's enormous. Everybody I've spoken to about this boat, the crew, the brokers, they all want to talk about just how large this boat actually is. There's no side deck on the bridge, so it's even larger up there, and you'll see that when we get up there. But right now, what I want to talk about is the woodwork in here, which is exceptional, as you might expect from Feadship. See all this rich burling through here? Everything's book matched. Absolutely gorgeous. Over here we have light anagray. That's throughout the boat. Keeps everything beachy and light and makes it feel even bigger than it already is. Here's a nice room for relaxation, again with the beautiful burling on this table. And then we have a nice touch of artwork here. We have a duck eating a fish, which I've never seen before, but I kind of liked it. I didn't know ducks ate fish. This is the formal dining area on board Amanti. It seats 8. Beautifully laid out. Love this tablescape here. Lighting up here, very nice. Keeps everybody out of the dark. And then what I really want you guys to see is this galley and the amount of prep space they have in there. Again, the crew has just been said glowing things about this boat. And part of it is because I think the chef is so happy. And if the chef's happy, he's cooking good food. If the food's good, the crew's full, and they're saying nice things about the boat, and that's what you want. So check out how wide this passageway is. There's so much space on this boat. It's just a recurring theme. But we're gonna take it forward all the way up to the master, but first, we're gonna check out the office up here. This, of course, is adjacent to the master. It's got this chair here that is just super ergonomic looking. I haven't sat in it yet. I wonder if I'm probably allowed to sit in it, right? Let's check it out. Oh, it does feel nice on my spine. Working from home is a new trend in yachting. When I wrote the book on Burgess that's coming out in, I think 2 months, I believe. Plug for Kevin Koenig, you guys should buy it, it's a great book. They had a whole chapter on working from yacht, which is a trend that arrived during COVID when people were spending more and more time on their boats. This boat, built in 2003, already had the office, so it was ahead of the times. Smart man, whoever commissioned this thing. Let's check out the rest of the master. Again, the light anagray wood throughout, everything's beachy and just super cool in here. Large king-size berth, forward facing, as you might imagine, with the TV, that's requisite. I don't know what else you could ask for from a master, but I do want to show you the bathtub. So my wife would love it. She's gonna be watching this. Love you, honey. Oh, she'd love this too, by the way. We gotta walk through this enormous dressing room, intricate woodwork on whatever this piece is. What line with the wing is a griffin, right? I think it's a griffin. I'd have to ask my 5-year-old. He's into Greek mythology these days, but that's gorgeous. Tons of space here to make yourself even more beautiful than I'm sure you already are. Come in, check out this bathtub, intricate marble work. You can fill that with bubbles. I could leave my wife there and go out for the weekend. She wouldn't know I was gone. It's quite a space. So here we are on the accommodations level of this boat. There's mirroring cabins aft and forward. Interestingly, these berths split apart, so you can sleep, get your privacy here and here. I don't know this for a fact, and I asked the people around this boat and they weren't sure either, but I have a theory on why this might be. This boat used to go around the world with an 82-foot Viking behind it. The guy was a big fisherman. I kind of assume that these berths can split apart, so he could have just the boys on board using this boat as a mothership, and they didn't have to use the old blanket as a barrier to stay away from each other. But it happens in that cabin over there, and then forward, there's 2 twins to either side, so you get a nice amount of privacy down here. So we've already seen the master and we saw the accommodations level. This boat actually has 6 staterooms, so you might be wondering where we are right now. We're actually on the bridge deck in the VIP, which is a little bit rare for a layout, but I think it's really cool and you just get massive amounts of room for that special someone. And it's also right adjacent to my favorite part of the boat. On the bridge deck, this lounge back here, got this beautiful bar, I think that's a ukulele, I'm not sure what that is. And then back here is kind of like the Brits call it a snug. It's like a place for guys to get away. You probably smoke a cigar out back, probably not inside, that's a little gross. Have your brandy, your whiskey, and just relax and chill out up here. I mentioned that this boat had a 82-foot Viking to follow it around before, and that kind of leads to my next point about who's actually putting this boat on the market. It's a little bit of odd bedfellows. This feels like a Burgess boat. It is a Burgess boat, but it's also in conjunction with Galati, which people usually think of more with Vikings. But it's a joint listing. It's on the market for $25.8 million. And honestly, I think it's worth every cent. This is a Feadship, of course. Feadship could probably lay pretty good claim to being the top boat builder in the world. Lursen might like a word with me after I said that out loud, but you know, Feadship is right up there. Let's check out the after lounge out here. Nice breath of fresh air. Ooh, it's hot. I don't need this blazer. It's Lauderdale days, man. It's a lot up here. It's beautiful though. You got a nice breeze coming through. You're right on the water. A little alfresco dining table. What more could you want? One more thing I feel obliged to point out, because the Burgess PR lady just ran over here giddy talking about all these Lalique pieces here. Believe it or not, I myself don't know much about crystal, but she was very excited. Just sprinkled throughout over here, and that's going to lead us up to the helm. So one thing, remember I said before that the bridge deck has no side deck, so it takes full use of the 33-foot 9-inch beam, and you really get that feel for the expansive space up here. As we walk through again, the wide passageways, up to the helm, crew to my right. The crew on this boat is very happy. They all just sing the praises of this boat, not only for the space, but for the crew area down below, which we may not see, but I checked it out earlier, and it's just really nearly lavish, I would say, nearly lavish for crew spaces. And then here's the helm. Beautiful sight lines up here. And you know, if you're a guest on the boat, you want to hang out with the captain, you have a lovely lounge with this butter soft leather and some kind of deep azure blue. Beautiful. So this is Amanti Sky Bridge. Got the jacuzzi right here. Of course, you'd want that on a 170-footer. Wouldn't be a 170-footer without one. 2 jet skis, you got your tender. This boat has had some interesting cruising itineraries. I'm told it never did the regular Caribbean trips. It was more doing South Pacific and then down to South America, Costa Rica. Again, makes sense because the owner was such a fisherman. She's got really good range for a boat this size. It's 5,300 nautical miles. That means you can fill her up in Fort Lauderdale, head all the way across to Palermo, Sicily without refueling. I looked it up, it's 5,292 miles to Palermo, so it's almost exactly on point. I was pretty proud of myself for that. Now this forward part of the Sky Bridge is going to be very popular with just about everybody on board. You can sit up here. I want you to picture yourself pulling into your favorite port, whether it's palm trees or a lovely French restaurant that you love the steak frites at. You're sitting here, you have something cold to drink, you're pulling into port, ahead of you, whatever dreams may come. Right now it's the 17th Street Bridge, but just block that out in your imagination for me, would you? So I wanted to show you guys some of the workspaces on this boat, particularly the engine room. They have twin 1,500 horsepower cats plus 280 kilowatt generators. The boat cruises around, you said 12 knots, right? Engineer's right over here, 12 knots. Cruises at about 12 knots, and what was the RPM? 1,200 RPM. 1,200 RPM. I'm gonna send my cameraman in there. It's a little loud, you won't be able to hear me, but have a peek. This is Kevin Koenig, the Yacht Fella, signing off from on board the 170-foot Feadship Amanti in beautiful Fort Lauderdale. Thanks for coming along with me, guys. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Catch you next time.